Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make Bluey's house, aka the healer house from the show Bluey. In this tutorial, not only will I show you how to make the entire outside of the build, including the family car and multiple gardens, I will also show you how to make the entire inside of the house as well. As with all cartoon houses, I have had to modify the layout, as otherwise this house really wouldn't work. I have had to change the location of rooms and reduce the amount of rooms in the house, and unfortunately alter the appearance of some of them, as it just wasn't possible to fit everything into this build. Bluey has like 20 rooms in their house. It quite frankly doesn't make sense, but I've done my best and I hope that you guys enjoy it regardless. This is the amount of space required to make Bluey's house, including a handy grid, which you may choose to copy, that will show you the starting position. And here are all of the materials required to make the build. This is a very long list, however we do need access to all of these. To begin the build, we will place a row of 15 alternating green concrete and light blue terracotta row, starting with green concrete. Let me show you what I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And we start extending backwards now, and starting with light blue terracotta, we place a row of 19 using the same method. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Then place a stone brick on the end, extend to the right by 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then inwards by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the goal is to extend over to the right, and we want to line up with the light blue terracotta over there. Then we will place a green concrete on the end, and we will extend and connect to the front of the build with our alternating row of green concrete and light blue terracotta, which I totally don't keep forgetting the name of that block. Next, we are going to place an additional green concrete and light blue terracotta on top of every single one of the pre-existing blocks. My recommendation would be to place all of one and then just go back and place all of the other. I think it's a little bit easier this way, but it might not be. Have fun with it. Now that we have done that, we are going to add a row of red terracotta on top of that row. On the back of the house, we are going to place a row of 8 white concrete on top of this stone brick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We want to do the same over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In between these, at the base, we can add 2 rows of birch planks. We can add a row of 3 light blue glass in the middle, which we will then extend up, add a row of birch planks on top of, and then 2 rows of glass on top of that. Then we are just going to add birch planks, extending all the way around this, just like so. And ultimately, this is going to turn into a roof, so we can extend the birch planks up 1 row further, and then we can start dwindling the rows until we create a triangular shape like this. We're now going to turn our attention over here, and we are going to place 3 rows, 1, 2, 3 of birch planks in that position, followed by 2 light blue glass here, 1, 2, and then we can build up the rest of the rows with birch planks, extending all the way up to the top of the white concrete frame, just like this. And then over to the right, we will place 2 rows of oak planks on top of our stone bricks, just like this. And then we will place a row of 7 birch planks on top of this block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which we will extend across and connect to the left, just like this. Then we will place a birch plank extending inwards here, and 2 extending inwards here, 1, 2. We will place a spruce plank extending inwards from the birch, extend them up, add light blue glass pane along the inside of that row, and then we will place birch planks above and around these doors. We then want to add another row of birch planks on top of this, a row of birch planks on the left, 2 rows of glass right of the birch planks, with birch planks to the right, and then we will add a row of light blue glass pane here, and here, and then we will place 2 rows, 2 rows of red terracotta extending out. Then we will add pale oak fence around the edge of the red terracotta with a row of pale oak slabs in front of the red terracotta as well. Side note, if you don't have the pale oak blocks, exchange the pale oak slabs for smooth quartz slabs and the fence for birch fence. It looks fantastic either way. Next, let's add some framework for the roofs. To begin, we will place a row of smooth quartz stairs here, extending 1 row off of the side of the house. We will place mangrove stairs extending up and down the triangular shape of this part of the house with a smooth quartz stair on the end. We then want to add smooth quartz blocks in front of all of those blocks like this, and we also want to add upside down stairs and a solid block underneath the top. And whilst we are here, we will add a row of mangrove stairs in this position with mangrove signs either side of the stairs. And there is some sort of white trimming underneath the window as well. There is also an outdoor tap down here. This is an iron bar placed in this position with a lever placed above it. Next, let's come all the way up to here and add a little bit more of the frame. So for this, we can actually extend this row of mangrove stairs and this row of mangrove stairs along towards the inside of the house. But at this point, we place a row of smooth quartz stairs extending around the top of the balcony like so. And we will place the mangrove stairs above this extending around, and ultimately we will combine 2 different shaped roofs together, and this is just the beginning of it. I did have a little bit of a quandary at this point though. Maybe you guys can help. In this corner we have the choice of a mangrove stair or a smooth quartz stair. I don't know which I think is better, but I did ultimately land on the mangrove stairs. Either one kind of look a little bit clunky. I'll leave it up to you though. Next, we are going to drop down to here and place 2 white concrete extending in front of this block. 1, 2. And then extend all the way over to the left. Add 2 rows of white concrete on top of our row, connecting back to the house, with birch planks inside of the white concrete row. Then starting here, we will place 1, 2, 3 smooth quartz stairs, and we will extend these stairs forwards and down to the ground, just like so. In an ideal situation, we would also add upside down stairs to these as well, and we will actually... That's not right. There we go. I thought that looked weird. So we will add upside down stairs underneath these, and later on we'll be removing all those blocks anyway, so it's not a big deal to leave them. We then want to add pale oak fence around the edge of this small porch here, and we actually want to extend the fence alongside the stairs down to the ground as well. So as a railing, safety is paramount. So all the way down to the ground as well, you can even extend them an additional row, just like this. Next, we are going to move to this side of the house, and we will place a row of 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 birch planks extending forwards, and then a row of 5 birch planks extending back along this row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 light blue stained glass, add a row on top, add birch planks on top of that, mangrove stairs in front of the planks, and mangrove signs either side of the stairs. We can then build up the rest of this wall using birch planks, and the goal is to make it as high as the back. Next, we are going to move around to the front, and here we will add 2 light blue glass extending right, 1, 2, followed by 3 birch planks, 1, 2, 3. Now a door will be just here to the right, so we actually have to place a row of oak planks under everything we've made, and then just 1 to the right, so we can place our iron door. Right of the iron door, we will place 2 birch planks, 1, 2, and then we will extend forwards onto the red terracotta and all the way over to the right to this corner. We will then extend this block up by 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then extend to the left and down to create this shape right here. Next, we will place a birch plank here with upside down birch stairs either side. Then 2 rows of light blue stained glass on top, with a row of red terracotta on top of that. Extend that middle block upwards. Add mangrove stairs either side. A mangrove fence on top. And then, surrounding the red terracotta, we will add pale oak signs. Just like so. And then we can just fill, and it's easier from the inside, in my opinion. We can just fill around the window in using birch planks, just like this. And then that leads us on to the roof shape, so we can actually add the slightly shortening rows of birch planks directly on top of this to create a triangular shape. This is actually a great time to add a bit more roof shape, so on the side here we will add a smooth quartz stairs, with mangrove stairs extending all the way up to the top, mangrove slab on top, extend all the way down, and on the very end we will place a smooth quartz stair. However, the edge of the roof, the part that overhangs by 1 row, is made using smooth quartz, so just as with the back, we will add all of the upside down blocks underneath it, and there we go. That looks good. That leads us on to this part of the house, where we will first of all add 2 more rows of light blue glass on top of that row. We will then fill in the rest of this wall with birch planks. They want to be as high as this row, and that just includes over the door like this and here. The only difficulty is that when we try to connect this part to the front, you can see that we do have 2 different size rows, which is why we are actually making some of the roof right now, because we can extend and connect these stairs to this wall, and then these mangrove stairs here, and in front of this is actually going to be a row of smooth quartz stairs, which will extend and connect all the way around to the back. And on top of the birch planks will be a row of mangrove stairs, which will extend and connect to the front, just like this. We will just leave the roof like that for now. It just connects together rather nicely. So, For the porch here, we are going to fill the base of it in with birch planks. And in front of the door, opposite, we will place a smooth quartz stair with one either side. And then we want to add the upside down rows underneath. So I'm actually going to be digging out the entire plot of this house, so we can actually make a bit of a mess. They want to extend all the way down to the ground, and I'm just going to haphazardly dig out all of this. So we'll just place these here, and that's perfect. So just as with the back porch, really, we want to add the pale oak fence along the side of the stairs here, just extending out one row in front. And we will want to have the exact same thing just on the opposite side. Once again, if you don't have pale oak fence, birch fence actually looks really good too. So we will extend this just around the edge of the porch. And here we will place two more fence. 1, 2. Here as well. 1, 2. Here as well. 1, 2. Then we will place pale oak slabs along the top of these fence, extending all the way over to the right. And behind this we will place red terracotta, and we will extend the red terracotta one row upwards. And that looks good. We are now going to move around to the final side of the house here, where we have a rather large wall to fill in. So to start off, we will place a row of birch planks along the top of our red terracotta. And starting on the right here, we will place a row of 4 birch planks, extending this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, followed by 2 light blue glass, 3 more planks, 2 glass, 3 planks, 1, 2, 3, 2 glass, and then 3 planks. We will then add another row of glass on top of our glass, and then we are actually just going to fill in between and above all of this in with birch planks, and the birch planks will extend up as high as the surrounding wall, as you can see. So just here. And then we can actually just add our row of smooth quartz stairs just along the top of this. But above each window, we also want to add mangrove stairs. And on the sides of the mangrove stairs, we will add mangrove signs. Just like that. I think that this is a good time to add the interior floor of the house. This is made using oak planks. The floor is in the same position as the top of the porches, aka where the red terracotta is in the house. Now we are going to focus on the roof. So to start with, we are just going to connect the 2 triangular parts of the roof together, because I actually think it will be a little bit easier to make the rest of it once we have. So for this half of the roof, it's a little bit different. Above and inside of our empty space, we are going to add a row of mangrove stairs like this. And we can just remove this block here and all of these extending forwards. And we will just place our row of mangrove stairs that is above and inside of this empty space. So you can see how it just joins once you remove that middle bit there to the rest of the roof. Then we will add another row of mangrove stairs above and inside of this, and this time we have to remove the mangrove slabs. So if we just remove these slabs that we need to maintain our square shape for the roof, we don't have to remove loads of them, just where they're in our way essentially. And let me just show you what it looks like, because it's imperative that we get this right. There you go, that's perfect. And then from here we can just keep adding the rows and rows of mangrove stairs, and they get ever so slightly shorter every single layer. And eventually we get up to the top here, and I believe it is possible. There we go, of course it is. So, is it possible to create like a ring? There we go, I thought so. So we want to create like a ring, so to speak, of stairs. The last little thing that we actually have to add to the roof, however, is, for a lack of a better term, it's kind of like a weather vane. Like it's a thing that like spins in the wind, I believe. And we line up with the left side of this window, and we extend up onto the roof. We find the first, second, third row of mangrove, delete that block, add a birch plank, one on top, red terracotta on top of that, and then mangrove buttons surrounding the red terracotta. And there we go. Now that we have made most of the structure of the house itself, we are going to work on the outer boundaries. Begin by digging 2 rows this way from the corner, replace those blocks with smooth stone, and then behind this place a row of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 oak leaves. We then want to place a row of 2 oak planks that extends from behind the leaves all the way along our grid, all the way to the back of the grid. We'll get there eventually. We then extend all the way across the back of the grid. And then all the way to the front of the grid. We actually want to start 2 rows short of the front of the build, where we will exchange these 2 blocks with smooth stone, and we are actually just going to dig all the way across to the opposite side of the build, and we will replace both of these rows with smooth stone, and these will form the pavement or the sidewalk, whatever you want to call it. We also have to connect the pale oak fence back to the house. We are going to do it in this position right here. This is actually just 1 row behind where the actual front wall starts. I think that you guys can see the position. And we also have to add a garden gate, which is going to be a pale oak door just right in the middle of that wall. We also have to make a little bit of a driveway. To do this, we will remove these blocks here, kind of maintaining a distance all the way around the fence and the house. And we will dig all the way to the pavements. And we will replace those blocks with polished granite. And in between, we will replace all of this grass with sand. Perfect. And just next to our little drive here, we are going to place some leaves extending along this fence. It actually pokes out 1 row further than the porch there. And then in front of this, we'll add a mixture of short grass and poppies, just like this. which leads us to the actual front garden area. First of all, we have a footpath that leads from the pavement to the main entrance. So we're going to dig a 3x3 square like this. We'll place a cobble here and here with stone all the way in between. Stone button here and here. And then we will dig here, replace that with stone. Here, replace that with stone. Place a stone brick wall here. Stone pressure plate here. Large fern here. And then a short grass here. Green shulker boxes here and here with red and yellow carpet on top. And then just off to the right of the path, we will place a pale oak fence. Pale plank on top. Flipped up pale oak trapdoor on top of that, and a mangrove pressure plate on top of that. Next, we are going to add these posts around the corners of the house. So we place 2 stone bricks on top of each other with a smooth stone slab on top of that. And they kind of just exist all the way around the house. So kind of just poking out every corner. So the front right, the back right, and then the next one is all the way over here next to the porch in this position. And then we also have one here as well. And we are actually going to dig in between all of these posts. Except for this area here, so just in front of here. But we are just going to dig out just underneath here and around here and in between here. And we are going to replace all of this with pods on. So, on the front of the house, we have a bunch of flowering azaleas just here, left of the stairs. And we have the same, just to the right. Like this. They're kind of like one row away from the stairs and the posts. On the side of the build, however, this side, we are going to place a flowering azalea every other row, extending all the way to the back of the house, just like this. And then underneath the stairs here, it's a little bit different. We can actually dig another row in front of this, and we can replace all of this with pods off. And then we can just add the flowering azaleas just next to the stairs like this. But on the side again, we are just going to place the azaleas every other block, kind of just, so it'd be here and here, just leading all the way to the front, just like that. And as we're here, we are also going to add some oak leaves all the way up this side of the fence, just literally just all the way to the very end. And then we are going to dig a row against the fence. This will actually pretty much go all the way to... It'll actually go all the way to the pavement. And we want to replace all of this with pods on. And then we are just going to place a bunch of flowering azaleas against this back fence. And we'll extend forwards. And the goal is to stop here, where we will add smooth stone slab like this, in kind of like, I don't know how else to say it, it's kind of like a bracket shape, really. But basically, it extends from inside that post to inside that post, and I mean, you can see the effect that we have. And we are just going to fill all of this in with large ferns. And then in front of this, we are going to add a mixture of poppies and short grass, just like so. And yeah, this is starting to come together, but we do have a few more things on the front to add. First thing we have to add is the family car to the driveway. I'm going to start it right about here, in line with this post, and place 3 acacia planks next to each other. Glue item frame here and here with a ladder in between, and then cyan terracottas behind. We will connect those together with acacia planks. We'll stick a spruce stair here, and then acacia planks either side of the stair. Cyan terracotta behind the planks with a final row of acacia planks behind that. Might even be able to stick an additional stair here, but we then want to add glass here, here, and here. Then we will place acacia planks in between the glass, across the back, an additional cyan terracotta here, stone buttons extending off of the cyan terracottas with a row of acacia slabs here, acacia planks to fill in the roof, and then rails extending across the top of the roof. And that's pretty much it right there. There is also a lantern hanging off of the front of the house in this position. And once we've done that, we can actually head all the way over to the back garden. And the first thing that we are going to place back here is the giant tree with the seating bench around it and a ladder and all sorts of fun stuff. So, to position the tree, we start in this corner and we count the 6th block going that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we count and find the 8th block extending inward. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is where we start. We place a stripped dark oak wood here and extend it up by 3. So 1, 2, 3. And we extend this way, forwards by 2, 1, 2, up 1, outwards 1. Like this. And we do the same on every side. So 1, 2, up, out. 1, 2, up, out. 1, 2, up, out. That's fantastic. So what we do from here is we add another row on the inside of the tree, extending outwards on all 4 sides to just kind of reinforce it a little bit. Then, in the corners, we add 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And believe it or not, that's the hard part done. So from here, we add spruce trapdoors around the base of the tree. Just like that. And on this side of the tree, we want to add a ladder. So we need our barrier blocks for this. And they extend down from that branch. And we place ladders in front, leading all the way up onto the actual wood itself. Now let's add some leaves. So the leaves are really, really simple to add. We add leaves on top of each one of these 2 blocks, right? We extend the leaves outwards. Like this. We add leaves along the sides of those shapes. So they kind of just connect together like this, right? Like that. Then we can extend and connect them inwards like this. We can add another row of leaves on top of our leaves. Then we add an additional leaf in each one of these corners. Then we add a row of leaves that extends above and around the sides like this, kind of connects together. Let me just show you from the top, like that. And then we can just fill this in. So let's take a quick look from this from the sides. That does not look bad whatsoever. Like, it looks even better when it looks more dense. Just because of my shaders, it looks a little bit odd. But now, the shape of that is absolutely perfect. And it actually looks a little bit better without shaders, believe it or not. But we are now going to exchange some of these blocks for cherry leaves. So basically just one on every single side, like this, kind of randomish. And we will also hang from this leaf a spruce fence with a pearlescent frog light dangling down from it. So one there, and then we will also dangle one down here as well. And we'll only go for the 2 of them. And there we go. That's perfect. Next, we are going to make a lounger. And to position this, we will find the middle of the tree on this side and count to the left by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we will place a warped slab and a warped stairs to the side of it. Pale oak trapdoors either side of the stairs with pale oak signs either side of the slab. Then we want to make a sandpit. We position this by counting left of the lounger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. Place a spruce slab and extend it forwards by 2, 1, 2, backwards by 2, 1, 2, extend left by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, extend forwards, connect, remove all of the grass and replace all of that with sand. Lastly, there is a rather large tropical looking tree in the back garden, and the way that we position this is by coming to the back corner of the fence, counting inwards and finding the 4th block diagonally. So this would be 1, 2, 3, and 4 right here. And on top of this block, we will place 16 dark oak wood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. With a yellow shulker box on top, but it'd actually be easier if it was anything else. But regardless, yellow shulker box on top, and then I'm just going to stick a green terracotta on top of that. So from here, we will extend the green terracotta 1 row forwards, and then left, down, come back to here, extend right, down, just like this. And we actually want the same thing on the back, so we'll extend back, and then left, down, then here, right, down. Then we will extend the middle block up here, and then extend left, up. Then here, right, up. And that will give us some form of tropical tree that I don't know what it is. With that final detail added, we are now able to head inside of the build and begin work on the interior. First of all, we are going to separate the downstairs into rooms. To do this, we will place a lime terracotta here, followed by a birch door here, a lime terracotta, a birch door, and then 2 lime terracotta. Next to the lime terracotta, we will place a spruce stairs with a lime terracotta next to it, extend back 2, place a spruce plank here, 1 on top, stair on top, extend left by 3, 1, 2, 3, and then down to the ground with spruce planks, and then place lime terracotta to the left of it. We will then extend lime terracotta across the door and down. From here, we are going to place a spruce stair in this position, going this way, and we actually want to place 2 more, 1, 2, just like this, and we are going to remove the planks from underneath, and we have to build up the walls a little bit more, so we'll add another layer of terracotta in between these doors with white concrete across the top of it, and then a row of lime terracotta across the top of that, mangrove planks on top of the lime terracotta, just like this, and we have to create another wall here as well, so we will extend some lime terracotta up here, and we will match the living room. Now we are going to add the second floor of the house by extending the spruce planks at the top of the stairs all the way throughout this right side of the house. At the front and the back. An unfortunate part of this is that we do cover up this back window a little bit, which is a shame. We also want to fill this area in as well. And then we can either extend the balcony inside the house like this, or you can extend the spruce planks outwards. I like the terracotta rather than the planks, but that's just me. And that gives us this sort of shape. And from here, we can add in some more walls. So, for instance, we can extend this mangrove here to this wall. And there will be a door into the bedroom right here. So we'll just use a birch door as a placeholder for now. There will also be an entrance into a bedroom here. And we just have to replace that lime terracotta. So we will place a birch door there for now. Then we have to extend this mangrove plank across just like this. And we are going to remove this block. And we will place a door here. So then we are able to build up all of the walls around this using our lime terracotta just like this. I'm extending all the way up to the actual roof line like so. We may change this a little bit later on, but that's a decision that we can make when we get to it. Perfect. So this is, at the very least, the living room. In the living room, we are going to add a lime terracotta here with a mangrove slab up here. And then extending up these stairs, we will have a single painting here and a single painting here, like this. And we will also have some paintings at the top of the stairs. So we want like one here and one here. There is also the option, in this case in particular, by the way, like we can just fill this in with mangrove and lime terracotta, but then we will have to shift the doors ever so slightly. But I think that it will actually look a little bit better. So if we move the door here, the door's already there, and then that door can't be moved regardless. I think that that's a little bit better, and then we can just replace our paintings. Scaffolding here, flower pot here, and a fern here. And then we can just drop back downstairs now. And in between these doors, we will have a flower pot with a fern inside of it, item frame here, a clock here, and then all the way over in this corner, we will have a mangrove stair, scaffolding, flower pot here. In the flower pot, we will place a lily of the valley, and above this chair, we will have a 1x1 painting. And then all the way over here, we will have a bookshelf with a flower pot and a fern on top of it. Next to it, a note block with an item frame and a music disc inside of it. We also want to add a 1x2 painting here and here on this wall as well. Those are both great, which leads us on to the sofa. To make the sofa, we will place an acacia slab here with a sideways acacia stairs here, extend right to, and then extend to the side like this. And then we are actually going to destroy all of the blocks underneath and just one row around the sofa. And we will have a row of white wool extending inwards on both sides here, with a row of grey inside of the white wool, and then white wool in between. We also just want to place 2 spruce slabs here for a coffee table. And then in this area right here, we want to place just 1 row of lime terracotta extending out from this wall. And we will extend it all the way up, just like this. And then underneath this, we will place glow item frames, like so. So I'm thinking that we could leave the ceiling really high like this, or maybe we can just kind of like cut it off, either here or 1 row below. I don't mind this, so I reckon we'll just cut the ceiling off 1 row below using the mangrove planks, and we'll just extend this into the living room. So let's take a look. How does that look? That's not bad, and we still have a really high ceiling in here, and we've got a nice amount of space for the landing, so that's perfect. By the way, this is my favourite room out of the entire house. Next, we are going to move into the playroom. And first of all, in here, we have to create a rug by deleting these 3 rows right here, extending from the back to the front of the room. And we place lime wool all the way around the edge of that hole with white wool inside. And then we remove 3 rows here, or at least 2 rows of 3, and then we fill all of this in with magenta terracotta. We will then add 2 rows of bookshelves here, purple shulker box here, zombie head here, and then we will add a painting here. And then on the opposite side of the room, we are going to add some more bookshelves. We'll have a single or 2 rows of bookshelves here with a warped slab here and here, and then a 2x2 square of oak fence here. And we also want to have some paintings dotted about like this. That's perfect. And then we're just going to fill the top of the table in with blue carpet and just add some random heads about the place that just look like plush toys. And there we go. That's the playroom. With the playroom complete, we can now head into the opposite half of the house. And all the way up at the front of the build is a kitchen, which is where we will start. So begin by placing a smooth quartz block here with a yellow wool next to it, white wool, yellow wool, and then another white wool. We will then place a smooth quartz block here, leave a gap, place another smooth quartz block. Behind this door, we will place 2 light grey concrete like this with stone buttons in front, and then a smooth quartz block here, furnace here, and then 2 smooth quartz block extending back, light grey concrete here, stone pressure plate here, light grey banner in front of it, cauldron here, 2 smooth quartz blocks extending left, and then 4 smooth quartz blocks extending forwards. And then we will just extend 1 block to the right, just like this. On top of the light grey concrete here, we will place a flower pot with a fern inside of it. Then in this corner, a black candle with a detect rail here and a stone stair here. We will place a brewing stand in the corner with a flower pot here and a lever here. And we will place 2 spruce pressure plates here with pale oak trapdoors flipped up in front of all of those top cupboards. Then from here, we will add an oak stairs here with oak signs either side, oak slab here, oak sign on the side, and then just in the middle of the top of this wall, we'll add a little painting like so. And then, all the way over here, we have to create an archway using a row of 3 birch planks. So this unfortunately does cover this window here, but we have 3 rows of 3 birch planks either side here. And then we are going to place upside down birch stairs just in between them at the top. We now just want to connect the birch stairs together with a row of birch slabs, and then we can move into this room. So in this room, we are going to remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows like this. We're going to remove all of these oak planks, and replace these with brown wool. I should mention that we are making the dining room. I don't know if I've said that already, but that's what we're up to. Then we will place a dark prismarine stair here, 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 and here. So the middle of all four corners of our brown wool. We will then place spruce stair extending inwards in between each one of our stairs like this, with spruce slabs connecting all of these together, and that makes a table. So the next thing that we can do is place spruce trapdoors behind the two stairs that we actually can. So these want to be quite high backed chairs, and where we can't place them behind the others, we will place them on top. And then aside each one of the prismarine stairs, we will place spruce signs. And if you do want to actually be able to get into this part of the room without having to climb over a table, just remove one of the chairs. It's no big deal. We also want to add some item frames to the table, some candles, and we will add a flower pot in the middle with a torch flower in the flower pot, a painting here, and all the way over in this corner we'll place two waxed oxidized copper with chiseled bookshelves on top, acacia buttons in front of the copper, and then we will place wax oxidized copper trapdoors extending up the side of that bookshelf. And there is a choice that you can actually make. So here we have this bit of wall, right? So this is lime and white concrete. It doesn't really fit this room exactly. But if you remove it, then we will have to replace all of these paintings. So it's kind of up to you which you would prefer to have. It probably makes more sense, I will say, to have birch here. Because not only does it fits both rooms, basically. The lime kind of fit this room as well, but so does the birch, so it's no big deal. And then that way, coming back inside here, that works a little bit better, and we can even just add a painting on the wall, and that's perfect. With the dining room complete, we can now actually head all the way upstairs. And the first room we will be tackling is Bluey's room. So for Bluey's room, the first thing that we have to do is actually just seal up this wall. We already have some lime terracotta and some mangrove to help us out, but basically we need a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we can just add our lime terracotta just like this. And then we are going to add 2 cyan concrete in this corner with a white carpet on top, scaffolding here, lantern here, 2 bookshelves here, creeper head here, zombie head here. Then in this corner we will place 2 end rods on top of each other with a white glazed terracotta on top, a dark prismarine stair here, and then over here we will place 2 ladders extending up the wall, crafting table here, spruce trapdoor here, flower pot here, and then we will place a Steve head here with a zombie head here, orange shulker box, cyan shulker box, warp slab here, and then we will place a painting here and a painting here. And funnily enough, we actually want to place 2 smooth quartz stairs here in this position. And now we kind of have to figure out the ceiling situation. So this is a tough one because we have to go with a kind of slanted ceiling like this, unfortunately. But this is what we've got to deal with the amount of space that we have. And then in the middle of the room, which is right here, we will place a lantern surrounded by birch signs, just like this. And then we are going to add a bunch of item frames on this wall. And I was contemplating adding them across this wall also. And then we can add a bunch of different colourful glass panes inside all of these item frames. I should have grabbed another one. Let's do it. There we go. And we also have to add a fern here. And in the middle of the floor, we will add some red carpet like this with green carpet surrounding it. And maybe we'll add a bit more green carpet. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So ideally, the walls would be a different colour and we'd have some more room. But once again, this is the amount of room that we have, and this is the best that we could do. With Bluey's room complete, we can now head all the way across the hall and work on the bathroom. So first of all, we unfortunately have to cover up the rest of this window and then fill this wall in with lime terracotta. We're also going to cover up this wall as well because we have kind of like a bit of a hybrid wall. So we're just going to cover all of this up, add some mangrove at the bottom, lime terracotta above, and then we have kind of like a cohesive sort of room. Minus this far wall, which we can't do anything about unless you want to shrink the bathroom even more, which we can technically do, but okay. In this back corner, we are going to have a bath. This is 2 rows of 3 smooth quartz like this, all joined together in a rectangular shape, and we'll have a lever here, stone button here, and then we will also create a small alcove in this wall and place flower pots with ferns inside. And then on this wall we will place a smooth quartz slab here, tripwire hook here, light blue banner here, pink banner here, and then we actually do have to shrink the ceiling a little bit. Oh, perfect, a mangrove plank. And then we can just shrink the ceiling. Not there, that's crazy. Just like this, and then we are able to add lanterns either side of the sink with a heavy weighted pressure plate in front. So at this point, if you desperately hate this birch and mangrove wall, you can cover it up with mangrove and lime terracotta, but we have to fit a shower here, so we can place a smooth quartz block with light blue stained glass pane on top of it extending up, and then we add a row of glass pane in front, and then we just extend across the top, and then all we've got to do is place an end rod in here with an iron trapdoor, and then on the side we can just stick a light blue banner. And I don't think it's too bad. It's not too noticeable, and well, once you've done that, that's pretty much the bathroom. This leaves us with the final room upstairs, the parents' bedroom. So to start with, we will place a double brown bed here with brown carpet in front. We want a 2x2 square of it, a scaffolding here, flower pot here, fern here, and we also want to make a closet here. So we're just going to place some birch planks just like this, extending all the way up this wall here, end rod here, white banner here, and then a backwards door just in front of it. Voila, closet. And then on this side of the room, we want to place a spruce sign here, and then we will place 2 white concrete here, and we're looking for a specific painting above these. That is the one. Okay. We then want a flower pot here, an item frame here, and then we have to reduce the ceiling height with the mangrove planks, just like this. And oh, we also want a painting above the bed also. That'll do just nicely, actually. And then in this position, so it's not really in the way, a spruce, this is definitely in the way, oh well, a spruce fence and an oak trapdoor. We can walk under that. No, we can't. We can, no, we've got to walk over the bed to get out of the balcony. But that's the fun of these houses, is that quite often they don't really work that well as a house, but they are nice to look at. But regardless, that's the parents' room. And with that final detail added, ladies and gentlemen, we have officially completed Bluey's house. However, this video is not over. We must now add Bluey's house into our city. This, for once, is actually quite an easy thing to do, as we are simply going to replace the old version of Bluey's house with this one. So all the way down by the beach, we now have the brand new, wonderfully updated Bluey's house. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this tutorial, please remember to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Also, consider becoming a channel member. You will gain access to loyalty badges, some fun emojis, and a monthly download for every single build used in our city. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.